To the Sports Talks 4133 YouTube channel. Tonight we have a special guest, TJ. TJ, what's going on, man?
Glad to be here. Great. I'm so excited to be here. Very excited.
Yeah, we have a huge night tonight here of sports running from huge college basketball games, college football on a Tuesday, and so much other stuff. Let's begin in here with a Monday Night Football recap. TJ, Dallas gets blown out again. Once again last night, they lose by 24 points. What is up with Dallas?
Don't even know, honestly. The teams have been a mess since, I don't even know when. It's just started the season, looked pretty decent, and then they just went, off a cliff, basically. I don't even know how that even happens to them. Their stadium's even falling apart. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, like I said last night, Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy are idiots. Listen to this stat. Dallas this year, in their last 6 home games, 109 minutes, they've been down by 20-plus points. They've led for 2 minutes and 15 seconds at home in their last 6 home games. That's how bad Dallas has been this year. It's actually turning into a joke right now.
It's crazy.
But let's move in now here to, real quick, college football playoff rankings dropped tonight. The big question is, what conference is better? You can go both college football and college basketball. What conference is better? The SEC or the Big Ten? What do you think?
Honestly, I think it's different for both. Different for both sports. For football wise, I think it's the SEC. For in my opinion, I think it's SEC. It's crazy, honestly. It's like a bloodbath in there, honestly, because teams like Georgia, teams like Alabama are getting
Yeah, I mean, really, the SEC. Last week's college football playoff poll had 9 SEC teams ranked. Well, the Big Ten had 4, but the 4 Big Ten teams were inside the top 5. TJ, so that is definitely a question for the college football playoff committee on, who's going to be in and out of that top 25 tonight. LSU loses to Florida. Missouri loses to South Carolina. Let's move on to the college basketball. The AP poll dropped last night. Who is the better conference in college basketball, the SEC or the Big Ten?
in my opinion, for college basketball, I don't know. I think Big Ten, honestly. Well, I think Big Ten. I think Big Ten. SEC basketball is good, but Alabama just got knocked off against Purdue a couple of days ago, and then Ole Miss just fell off the top 25 a couple of days ago too. So you really don't have that many good teams on there at this point. So I think it's a Big Ten.
But also, though, who is the powerhouse in the Big Ten right now? Though, is it Purdue? Is it there? Feel like there is a powerhouse though.
There's no big powerhouse. There's just so many good teams there. That's the issue. Purdue is right now, but we're gonna see how they do against Marquette tonight. I mean, if they can hold Marquette, we'll see. Because Marquette is a great team right now. I would say that.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that, we're actually gonna kind of move in here tonight. Huge college basketball matchup, 9:00 on FS1 tonight. The number 6 Purdue Boilermakers traveling up north to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to take on Marquette. TJ, how does Purdue, bouncing off of this huge win over Alabama last Friday night, going to roll them into a hostile environment tonight against Marquette?
Huge win for them on against Alabama. They have to stop Cam Jones. That's really, in my opinion, that's what they're gonna have to do if they want to win. They played amazing a couple nights ago against Alabama. They stopped them pretty well. I think they could do it. They look great. They look great. I think they could do it. But time will tell. Time will tell.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely crazy to see how Purdue, they lose Zach Edey in the offseason. They lost some other guys in the offseason, the draft, other things. And how they've rebounded from that to now getting in the spot where everyone was counting them out over the offseason. They were really thrown off. Even we were thrown off. We were doing our conference picks. We were both picking Indiana. We did not care about this Purdue team at all. And now how they've been able to rebound off of this, coming out of this season strong, and just playing this amazing basketball and setting up a huge game tonight here, Marquette should be scared. They
should be.
Because Purdue is hot, and when the Boilermakers are hot, they're going to win games.
Totally agree.
The question really becomes tonight, who do you have tonight, Purdue or Marquette?
All right, I'm taking Purdue. Honestly, I'm taking Purdue. I don't want them to win, but they're, like you said, when they're hot, they stay hot, and this team looks like they're gonna stay hot for a little while. I'm gonna take Purdue tonight.
I'm actually gonna go against you. This Marquette team this year has still looked great. They looked great last year. They were a 2 seed. They've transitioned nice into this year. I think the environment's going to be too much. I'm going to take Marquette tonight to get the upset over Purdue. I think it's going to happen tonight. I think that Purdue's going to have to stop that Marquette offense and defense tonight, and I think it's going to be a problem.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Now let's move into another college basketball topic here because you love college basketball. Penn takes on not UConn, excuse me, Villanova. It's coming up in a few minutes now.
Oh God.
TJ, this is a weird battle. We definitely not expect where both these teams are right now. What is going on with Villanova right now?
I can't even talk about it. As a partial Villanova fan, I mean, the crash and burn of this team is actually crazy. I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin with it. Lost to St. Joe's a week ago. I think the Virginia loss was kind of expected. That was one I didn't think they were gonna get past, honestly. But the first loss to Columbia by 10, absolutely not. There's just no way you should be losing. Second year in a row they lost to an Ivy League school.
Yeah, I mean,
Unacceptable, honestly. I don't even know what's going on. And I mean, this will be a test tonight to see if this team's really done. I think the team's already done, but we'll see. I'm gonna have a little bit of faith for them, but I don't think so. We'll see. I have faith. A little
yeah.
bit of faith.
The thing is, like, ever since Jay Wright left, this
Oh,
team was going from national championship contender every single year to they just dropped down like that. I believe since Jay Wright left, they don't have an NCAA tournament appearance. I could be wrong on that, but this
I
team,
think you're right.
yeah, they're 2-2. Like you said, that Virginia loss was expected,
2 and 3.
but playing at Ivy League school and losing by 10, you have to start.
Crazy.
Is Villanova even a top three team in Philadelphia?
Maybe honestly at this point I don't even think so. I think St. Joe's is out there, maybe Penn, and then you could probably put honestly, Drexel maybe at this point because like, what are they doing? It looks a mess out there. It's crazy. They gotta find. They gotta do something. You have Eric Dixon on the floor, playing his ass off every night, and you can't do anything about it. Your team looks messy and sloppy. It's crazy. So they gotta figure it out. Really, I really hope they pull it off tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing as well. When Jay Wright's here, this is a game you come into the night early in the year. Nova's a 30-point favorite, and you're going to expect him to dominate. Not being this thing. Last time I checked, the line was only about 8 or so favoring Villanova tonight, which is not good. It really isn't. Let's move in now. NBA Cup tonight. Cavs versus Celtics. But before we get into that, what is the point of the NBA Cup? Can somebody
Honestly.
please explain to me why we have this?
Stupid. It's I don't know. It's just because the WNBA has it, so the NBA was like, yeah. I'm so always like, yeah, we need to add something new. I'm currently watching the game. It's actually it just started, but it's going well. I don't know what the point of the cup is, but it's fun to watch. I guess.
The thing about it is, like, they're trying to bring in postseason playoff type games into November, and it's not working. They were trying to get the athletes to get all fired up for this, and it has not worked. Joel Embiid gives zero, does not care what's going on out there. Everyone really, just does not care what is going on out there. They're just taking this like it's another regular season game. And I would not be shocked if the NBA Cup's not around for much longer because it doesn't make sense. I feel like the NBA is losing money off of it almost in a way because these courts are terrible. I just
Not one of them looks good at all. I'm looking at the Celtics right now. It's giving me a headache. It's so green and vibrant. It doesn't even look good. Like at least try. At
yeah,
least
it's
trying.
just like so you're gonna do all this, but we're gonna take away the NBA Finals logo, which they used to put on the courts every year for the NBA Finals. We're gonna take that away. We're gonna do NBA Cup and make it as bright as we can. It just doesn't make sense
Stupid.
to me.
I don't know. They're running out of ideas. It's bad. I don't know. I just miss when we had nice basketball back like 10 years ago. It was just we had basketball. It was it, and we're adding these stipulations like NBA Cup, like play-in tournament. Don't get me started about the play-in.
Okay, do not
I don't
even
know
get
why I have that.
started with the playing tournament. That
Don't. Hey, so stupid. I hate it.
we could go on a rant for about 15 and 20
This
minutes.
will be bad.
But you're saying right now you're watching Cavs Celtics.
Watching. Yes.
You think
It's
the
three
Cavs are getting it
two.
done tonight? Because the Celtics, I mean, NBA Finals champions last year. Great team overall. Tatum and Brown. That team is so electric. Can Cleveland get pulled off tonight?
I'm nervous. So right now, yeah. For the Cavs, I know Isaiah Orkuro's out, and then also Levert's out, who's usually our sixth man. So we're playing shorthanded again. But I know our bench is has great depth. So, but you got Tatum here, you got Drew Holiday. If Kenny Atkinson can give this team drop a great offense, say we have a chance. But I don't know because we're playing against a team that won the finals last year effortlessly. We did play them in the finals last year. We won one game. Not in the finals. We played them in the
Second round.
playoffs last year. Second round, we won one game. We won game two, and that was it. Everything else went straight to the dumps. I mean, I wasn't shocked, but honestly, if we could figure out the problem, the Tatum, he's been hot. When he gets hot again, he stays hot. So I think that's the problem we need to stop. And Garland has to pop off. Mitchell has to pop off. And that bench is going to have to do something too. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the Cavs, I mean, they're off to a start that nobody expected. 15-0 coming into tonight. They were a team where it felt like they were going to be around that, 3, 4, 5 seed in the East. And the fact that this team, Donovan Mitchell's playing outstanding. You were mentioning all these other guys who were playing amazing for this Cavs team, stepping up, being great role players for this team. This Cavs team is a scary team that you're going to have to watch out for. Because also, just want to put it out there, I mean, I don't want to jinx it here. They're 10 wins away, which sounds like a lot. When you're 15-0, it doesn't sound like that much. 10 wins away from breaking the best start in NBA history? Like, this team looks amazing. Let's move in here to one more NBA topic here. Sixers, after falling last night to the Miami Heat, the Sixers, Nick Nurse gave you could say, press conference to his team for about 2 hours. And it was reported that the Sixers players were blaming Joel Embiid for this loss. TJ, can we get your thoughts on that real quick, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts on it.
I just don't why I don't understand what the blaming is going on with the Sixers just because he showed up late to practice. I understand that you're supposed to be a role model to your team. I understand that. I think that's something you can blame, but as a team overall, you guys need to build that chemistry. I know Embiid's playing hurt. I know he played sick, but you guys are gonna have to figure out sooner or later, even if he's not on the court. I know Maxi's out right now, but you got players like Paul George looking great. You got players like don't get me started about McCain looking great. Fifth straight game with 20 plus points. Looks amazing. Definitely in the lead for rookie of the year this year. You got players that are wanting to win. You can tell they want to win, but there are just a bunch of setbacks going on behind the scenes. So if the Sixers want to get back with this, back in the picture, they got to figure out what they're doing on the court, and they got to figure out what they're doing behind the scenes too. If this team's not together, why even play basketball if you guys came and connect as a team? In my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you summed it up perfectly there. I mean, this is going to sound really cheesy, but the quote is, there's no I in team. So you cannot be, if you are a 2-11 basketball team who's got all of this talent, and you're going to blame one guy on the team, that's a joke. Because, sure, Embiid just thinks he can do whatever he wants. He plays when he wants to play. Oh, I have a knee injury. Showing up late to practice. That is unacceptable stuff. But also as unacceptable is blaming your guy. Look at Maxey this year, right? For example. Maxey's played pretty well in some games, but he's also hurt. We haven't seen his fullest of what he's really going to do this year. McCain, like you said, McCain is playing phenomenal. Absolute great pick. At the draft, I wanted the Sixers to get Dalton Knecht, but they went with Jared McCain. I was a little mad, but looking back at it now, it looks like an amazing draft. But Oubre's not playing that well. I mean, Paul George isn't playing that well. Why is it we're circling around one guy where you have 5 guys on the court at once? You're going to have one guy that you're going to blame as the problem? And now, I understand if, everyone's doing their things right and B's just not doing it. But when you're 2-11, you are the second tied for the worst team in the Eastern Conference. It's not on one guy. I like Nick Nurse giving that, press conference type thing to his team to get them, situated, get them in the right mindset, the right chemistry again. But the Sixers take it the wrong way, and this is why they're 2-11. And quote me right down. The Sixers, as of right now, will be lucky to make the play-in tournament. Because when you have bad chemistry, it is not going to work out no matter how good of a roster you have. Look at the MLB. Look at teams like the Dodgers, the Yankees, these teams who have pay $1 billion for players, and then it comes to the postseason, nothing happens. Besides this year, I know, with them in the World Series, but prior years, you need that chemistry. You do look at the Phillies. And I may sound biased with all this Philly stuff here, but it's true. You need chemistry, and if you don't have that, it's not going to work. Let's move in now to our finals topics of the night here. A little bit of hockey, shall we? TJ, I know you're not a huge guy on hockey here, but Florida's taking on Winnipeg tonight, and the defending Stanley Cup champions will take on the Winnipeg Jets tonight here. This is a huge game in the hockey world tonight. We're going to see arguably the best goaltender in the NHL for Winnipeg taking on the defending Stanley Cup champions. TJ, do you think there's anything that kind of like gives you that mindset of your Winnipeg being 15-3 on the year, playing against the defending Stanley Cup champion? Do you think they're going to have that right mentality to kind of move forward?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're a team that is 15-3, if you're a team that's doing that well, you gotta have that mentality to play the best. Exactly what the Cavs are doing right now. But you have to have that mentality if you want to if you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So, in my opinion, I think they have that mentality going into tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this Florida team, they've looked great. They've looked pretty good this year. They opened up opening night. They blew out the Boston Bruins. They're 12-5-1 on the year. But Winnipeg, who has been off to this hot start that nobody has seen from them this year. Last year, they were starting to show signs of it, but the offense wasn't there. They couldn't really connect in the postseason. But how good this team has been able to step up with some young rookie guys to step up and make these types of moves that they needed to get done looks amazing. And the second game of the night here, we have the Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks coming up later tonight here. The Rangers, 11-4-1 on the year, taking on the Vancouver Canucks at 9-5-3. TJ, another kind of thing tonight here, where the Rangers are going to be going out west against a good hockey team. Do you think this affects the Rangers tonight, changing, their pace of play kind of? Vancouver, a lot more of a slower type pace of game versus the Rangers being a fast type pace of game play. Excuse me, faster type game pace.
Hmm. That is a really good point. I think it does change something. I think it does affect it. If you have a team that's playing fast, you need to adjust to that. You gotta adjust to a team that plays more slower. So I would that's interesting. I want to see how they do against that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting thing. Actually, let's go to one more topic here. Macatron football is on tonight. 3 college football games coming down tonight, including maybe the worst football game of the year. We have 2-8 Akron versus 0-10 Kent State. Can you ask for anything
Uh,
better? But there actually is one game I want to try to touch on just a tiny bit here tonight. Northern Illinois taking on Miami, Ohio. TJ, Miami, Ohio has a shot to maybe get to the conference title game tonight here, but they have to take on a team that beat Notre Dame back in week 2. How do you think they're going to get it done?
Good point. The way they're gonna get it done, that Miami Ohio team, there's something about them. I do like them as a team, but of course, going against a team that beat one of the top teams in the country, you have to be a little bit scared of them. But just move past that. You know what type of team Miami Ohio is. They're gonna figure it out. If you gotta beat them, that's you gotta get to the championship. So that's what they're gonna do tonight.
Exactly right there. So that'll wrap up our Tuesday night podcast here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. TJ, thank you for joining us tonight here